What's up, everybody? Maik Wiedenbach here. It's a rainy Valentine's Day and Ash Wednesday in New York City. I will be talking how to build a better back. Okay? People trying to train back, they're like, what about width? What about thickness? No. Let's take it from the top. Science, guys. Okay? Ranges of motion. There's this, there's this, there's this, this, and that. Okay? So when you make your exercise selection, that's what you have to cover. So, if flexibility permits, you could be starting with a behind the neck pull down, okay? Something like this, feet behind you. Then, the next range of motion would be a regular lat pull down. Now, let's talk setup for a second. The bony joint here, you go about 1 inch or 2 centimeters for us civilized people to the outside. And that's how we start pulling. Now, that brings me to my next point. So, before you pull, it's not the elbows that go, it's the shoulder blades, okay? So let's say your shoulder blades go down, and now your elbows go. Most people make this some sort of like a really heavy bicep pattern like this. It's gonna be this, and then this, okay? Shoulder blades. So then, the next pull could be some sort of a low row, and so on and so forth, so you get the idea. Now, next points that are critical. See this? That's the best $8 you will ever spend. You know why? Because your forearm is smaller than your back, and you will never ever be able to grip as much as you can pull unless you're some freak that plays in the NFL, okay? For the rest of us, we need straps. So, straps will enable you to focus on pulling as opposed to grappling, because you're not a wrestler, you're bodybuilding. So pulling is what you want, right? Now, in general, with any type of exercise, you must create tension, right? So for the back, the first thing you do is you turn the hand just about like so, and then you pull, okay? So if you're just doing this, you're wasting your time, your gym money, everything. So, turn, tension, then go. Next thing you gotta consider is the back is a very big muscle group out of some 20 plus muscles. So you gotta have different rep ranges in there, you know? So you can't just be doing 8 to 12. Might want to go up to 15 at some point, and so on and so forth. Another thing that I recommend, that goes with any type of exercise, is mechanical drop sets. So mechanical drop sets start with the most difficult exercise and then go into the easier ones. So let's say you're doing rear delt flies for the mid back, then rows elbows out, and then rows elbows in. Okay? That would be something for the back, mid back, I'm sorry. For the lats, you could be playing with the cobras, where you would be setting up like leaning forward and then sitting upright for the next 5 and then falling backwards and something like this, okay? So this is most difficult. Here gets a tad easier. Here using your bicep, and off you go. And then lastly, whatever you want to say, but Arnold was right. You got to get a pump, right? So you can do this in the beginning or in front, whatever. But for the lats, there's nothing better than stiff arm pull downs. So you can do the 2 cables or with the long rope, because you got to go by the body. So with the Olympics being on, think, you know, cross country skiing. That would be a good finisher, or you could start like this. So to summarize, to build your back, the ranges of motion, the planes of motion, initiate from the shoulder blades, create tension, use straps, use mechanical drop sets, get a pump, be huge. Mike out.